G'day folks, Steve Christensen's my name for the Stoelting company, and I'd like to spend a couple of minutes going over some of the features and benefits of frozen custard and frozen custard equipment. Now, frozen custard is very near and dear to my heart. I've operated frozen custard stores in Australia and in the US, and for me it's one of those gourmet frozen desserts that really is a change of pace from the regular premium ice cream and soft serve market. So let's talk specifically about some of the features and benefits of frozen custard. So as a brief elevator speech explanation, frozen custard is a freshly made ice cream that has very little air and a little egg yolk to make it smooth. And so you'll find that this segment, although that it's been very specific to the Midwest, is growing, slowly growing into different regions of the country and in turn in different regions of the world. And unlike frozen yogurt, where we had a very rapid increase in sales and popularity, custard has been a slow mover, which actually is good for the product because it shows that it has a lot of staying power. So if frozen custard is so specific to the Midwest, what actually makes it very different from other ice creams? And primarily, it's due to the frozen custard machine. Now, this machine is what's known as a modified continuous freezer. And a continuous freezer is one that where you put your mix either in the hopper or in another container, and it continually feeds through the barrel into another receptacle. So a modified continuous freezer basically means that like a lot of our gravity fed machines, you put your mix into the top of this freezer, and through a flow control valve, we allow that mix to drop down into the barrel and freeze through the barrel out the front gate and down a slide into a waiting dipping cabinet or freezer cabinet. So how this differs from regular soft serve equipment is we actually don't keep product in the barrel that's ready to use. We only use the barrel ready to just freeze or churn once and then have it come down a slide in a ribbon down to a waiting dipping cabinet where we hand dip the product. So I kind of describe it like having a straw. We don't keep drinking a straw. We use the straw to get the drink from the cup to our mouths. Very similarly, we only use this barrel to get the product down from the hopper, freeze it, and then into our waiting dipping cabinet. And because we only have that slow churning process happen for about 2 minutes of the product's life in here, we don't get a lot of overrun or air mixed through the product. It's a very dense, rich, decadent product. In fact, a lot of people who taste frozen custard for the first time say, boy, this must be full of fat, it's so rich and decadent. Frozen custard actually has less fat in it than regular premium or super premium ice cream. What they're actually tasting is the richness and decadence of a very low air product. So it's a very dense, rich product. So it's a very unique specialty dessert that not everyone will be able to execute, but certainly those customers that are looking for a very specific frozen dessert, a very gourmet frozen dessert, this certainly falls within that category.